Thank you for your time. Each subscription is a sign of support that I truly appreciate.
November morning. Tennessee mist clings to Missionary Ridge like a burial shroud. 40,000 Union soldiers stare upward at Confederate cannons bristling along the heights. They know what awaits, death climbing that slope. No escape now. I adjust my rifle. Arthur MacArthur, 18 years old. My hands tremble, not from cold but from knowing. The ridge towers 500 feet above. Every man in blue understands this truth. Charging uphill means suicide. General Ulysses Grant watches through field glasses. His army trapped, starved, nearly defeated in Chattanooga. Today, everything changes or everything ends. No middle ground exists, victory or annihilation. He lights another cigar, waits, watches his men prepare. You need to understand something crucial about this battle. What happens next isn't planned. It isn't ordered. It defies every military principle taught at West Point. Soldiers will do the impossible because they refuse to die cowering. Braxton Bragg's Confederate army owns the high ground. Artillery positioned perfectly. Infantry entrenched behind stone walls. Mathematical certainty. Attacking uphill means 3 casualties for every defender killed. The Confederates believe themselves invincible. Fatal mistake. William Carlin remembers his orders precisely. Take the rifle pits at the base. Stop there. Hold position. Nothing more. He knows his men won't obey. He can see rebellion in their eyes. They're climbing all the way. From the ridge crest, Confederate soldiers see Union campfires stretching for miles. They've watched Grant's army suffer through siege, starvation, disease, desperation. Now those same starving men prepare to climb toward massed guns. Incomprehensible madness. Imagine standing at the bottom of a 40-story building. Now imagine climbing it while people shoot down at you. No cover, nowhere to hide. Just steep earth and death reigning. That's what faces every soldier today. I position my artillery carefully. Captain James Anderson, 3rd Tennessee. Each cannon loaded with canister shot. 78 iron balls per round. At close range, it transforms men into red mist. I've fought 3 years. Never seen attackers survive this. Private Henry Freeman writes his final letter. Doesn't mail it. Keeps it tucked in his breast pocket. The paper might stop a bullet, he thinks. Foolish hope. But hope becomes currency when facing those heights today. 6 cannons boom simultaneously. The signal. No turning back now. Thomas's men surge forward from Orchard Knob. Their blue lines ripple across brown November fields. 400 yards to rifle pits. 2,000 yards to the crest beyond. Eternity. Grant never intended full assault. His plan called for diversionary demonstrations. Simple feints. Not this. But battles develop their own momentum. Soldiers create their own destiny. Today, 40,000 men will rewrite his orders with blood and courage. Confederate riflemen in trenches below the ridge fire their first volley. Smoke obscures everything. Through gray cloud come Union soldiers, screaming, running, unstoppable. The first rifle pit falls within minutes, then the second, third. Panic spreads like wildfire. You're watching something unprecedented unfold. Soldiers trained to obey are about to disobey spectacularly. Officers who should stop them will lead instead. Military doctrine says this assault must fail. Human courage doesn't care about doctrine tonight. Confederate defenders at the base break. They run uphill toward main lines. Union soldiers pursue without orders. Raw energy carries them forward. Someone yells, "Go!" Nobody knows who. Doesn't matter. Thousands take up the cry. The charge begins. Unstoppable now. I stand at the rifle pits. Philip Sheridan, division commander. My men shouldn't advance further. I know it. They know it. But Confederate artillery pounds our position mercilessly. Staying means death. Advancing might mean death. At least we fight back. Private Samuel Watkins fires down from the crest. Watches blue figures climbing impossibly steep slopes. They stumble, fall, rise, keep coming. He's never witnessed anything like this. Fear grips him. These aren't soldiers anymore. They're demons, avenging angels. I climb. My lungs burn. Canister shot screams past my head. Men collapse beside me. I don't look. Looking means stopping. Stopping means dying. Just climb. One handhold, one foothold, another. The ridge seems endless. God help us all. Confederate General Bragg watches from headquarters. Disbelief paralyzes him. Union troops swarm up his impregnable position. His officers shout contradictory orders. Regiments fire on their own retreating men. The entire defensive line fractures. His army disintegrates before his eyes. Climbing stairs at full sprint while carrying 60 pounds of equipment. Now make it near vertical terrain. Add rifle fire. Add artillery. Subtract hope of survival. Multiply by pure, stubborn rage. That's what these men endure right now.
If your birthday is this month, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, my friend. And tell me in the comments what topic you'd like to hear next.
Captain Anderson repositions his cannon desperately. The attackers climb too fast. His gun crew can't depress the barrel enough. Shells sail harmlessly overhead. Panic replaces confidence. He realizes the unthinkable. His perfect position has become a death trap. Flags mark the advance, regimental colors carried by men who know their targets. 16 different flags climb the ridge simultaneously. Separate regiments race each other toward the crest. Competition replaces fear. Glory matters more than survival. Pride conquers terror. Private Michael Fitzpatrick reaches a rock outcropping halfway up. He gasps for air, his canteen empty. Men pile up behind him. Someone shoves him forward violently. Mass. Movement. Individual thought disappears. The attack becomes single organism. Living wave ascending. I fire blindly into the smoke below. See nothing anymore. Just shapes in gray fog. My officer screams commands nobody hears. Ammunition runs low. Fear becomes terror, becomes rout. We're abandoning the ridge. Abandoning everything. Running for our lives. Understand the geometry of courage here. Attacking uphill violates every tactical principle. Defenders always win. Always. Except today. Today, raw human will overpowers mathematics. Determination defeats gravity. Spirit conquers stone and earth and death itself. General William Hazen's brigade strikes the Confederate center. These are veteran troops. They know what they're doing violates sanity. They do it anyway. Not from orders, not from duty, from rage, from hunger, from months of humiliation endured. A Confederate lieutenant rallies his company for countercharge. Desperate, hopeless. They descend 20 yards before Union fire cuts them down. He falls mortally wounded. His men fall around him. Gallantry accomplishes little against this human avalanche tonight. I see the crest now. 50 yards, 40, 30. Confederate soldiers silhouette against gray sky. They're running, away, abandoning their guns, abandoning positions. The impossible is happening. The ridge will fall. We're going to live. We're going to win. Private Freeman's letter remains in his pocket. He'll survive to mail it 3 days later. But right now, at this precise moment, he expects death with each step. His muscles scream. His vision blurs. Still he climbs. Still. Consider what Grant sees through his field glasses. His soldiers charging against orders. Military suicide becoming military miracle. He's fought dozens of battles. Never witnessed anything like this. Later, he'll say he didn't order it. The truth matters little now. The first Union soldier crests the ridge. Nobody remembers his name. Dozens claim the honor later. Doesn't matter who reached first. Matters that someone did. Then 10 soldiers. Then hundreds. Blue uniforms flood over top. Confederate resistance collapses. I abandon my guns. No choice. Enemy soldiers pour around my position. My crew runs. I run. The artillery I position so carefully sits silent. Union soldiers will turn those same cannons against retreating Confederates. My beautiful guns, gone. Private Watkins flees with his regiment. Shame mixes with terror. They held Missionary Ridge for weeks. Impregnable fortress, now broken in 2 hours. How? Why? Questions for later. Right now, only survival matters. Run faster. Don't look back. Live. Sheridan reaches the crest, finds a Confederate officer's flask abandoned, raises it toward Bragg's fleeing headquarters, shouts, "Here's to you!" Takes a drink. His men cheer wildly. Exhaustion forgotten. Pain forgotten. They accomplish the impossible. Victory tastes sweet. You're witnessing military history rewritten. Textbooks will study this charge for generations. How did it succeed? Courage? Desperation? Sheer will? All three. None fully explain it. Some victories transcend rational analysis. Some moments transcend human understanding entirely. Braxton Bragg's army retreats in chaos. Regiments dissolve into mobs. Officers lose control. artillery abandoned, wagons overturned. The Confederate Army of Tennessee won't recover from this. This defeat breaks them permanently. One afternoon destroys 6 months' positioning. I plant my regimental flag on captured works. Arthur MacArthur, 18 years old, earned the Medal of Honor this day, will become a general. My son Douglas will command Pacific forces. But today, I'm just a teenager who climbed high. Bodies mark the ascent. Union casualties, thousands fallen or wounded. Heavy price for any victory. Confederate casualties, 8,000 including prisoners captured. The mathematics of courage. Sometimes attacking uphill works. Today proved it. Tomorrow won't guarantee repetition. Today was miracle. Private Fitzpatrick collapses at the summit. Cannot move, cannot speak, just breathes. Around him, thousands more collapse. They've expended everything: muscle, will, spirit. The ridge is won. The price, total physical destruction. Worth it. Somehow worth it. Consider the Confederate perspective. You hold perfect defensive terrain, superior position, adequate supplies. Then watch your world disintegrate. Not from superior strategy, not from overwhelming numbers, from sheer determination, from soldiers refusing to quit climbing. Grant rides up the ridge after battle ends, surveys the impossible terrain his men just conquered. Bodies scattered on slopes too steep for horses. Military science says this shouldn't have happened. Reality doesn't care. His soldiers made their own reality today. Night falls on Missionary Ridge. Union campfires burn where Confederate guns stood hours before. Exhausted soldiers sleep where they collapsed. Some still clutch rifles. Others cradle wounded comrades. Victory tastes like smoke and blood. Sweet nonetheless. Hard-earned. Complete. Understand what this battle means strategically. Chattanooga saved. Tennessee secured. Sherman's march to Atlanta becomes possible. The Confederacy's Western theater collapses. All because soldiers climbed when they should have stopped. Everything changes now. The war's trajectory shifts.
Thank you for your time. Each subscription is a sign of support that I truly appreciate.
I reach Confederate lines at Dalton, Georgia. My artillery destroyed. My commands scattered. I write my report in numb disbelief. They came straight up. We couldn't stop them. Nothing could stop them. Simple words, devastating truth. Private Watkins will survive the war. Write memoirs. Try explaining this defeat to readers who weren't there. Words fail him. How do you describe watching the invincible become vulnerable? Watching certainty become catastrophe? He can't. Nobody can. MacArthur removes the letter from his pocket. Still unread. Adds a postscript. Climbed Missionary Ridge today. Thought I'd die. Didn't. Tell mother I'm fine. Simple words for extraordinary events. Soldiers rarely philosophize in the moment. Action matters most. Bragg will be relieved of command within weeks. His military career effectively ends here. He held every advantage. Lost them all. Not from incompetence alone, from underestimating human determination, from believing mathematics trumps courage. Fatal error. General Joseph Hooker's forces sweep around the Confederate left simultaneously. While everyone watches the center, he captures Rossville Gap. Tactical brilliance, executing while courage distracts. War combines spectacle and strategy. Today, delivered both spectacularly, perfectly coordinated. War's complexity reveals itself. Missionary Ridge wasn't just one charge. Multiple attacks, different approaches, coordinated yet chaotic. Sherman hit the right, Hooker, the left, Thomas, the center. Together, they shattered Bragg entirely. Total victory achieved. Freeman's family reads his letter days later. His mother weeps. His father rereads it constantly, shares it with neighbors. Their son climbed into hell and emerged alive. Physical proof that ordinary men accomplish extraordinary deeds when circumstances demand ultimate sacrifice. Confederate artillery park at Chickamauga Station burns. Bragg destroys everything he can't carry south. Ammunition, supplies, equipment. The retreat continues relentlessly. Missionary Ridge becomes just the first disaster in a cascading collapse, the beginning of the end. Union medical tents overflow. Exhaustion kills as surely as bullets tonight. Soldiers collapse from heart failure, others from dehydration. Victory's cost exceeds simple casualties. Every man who climbed that ridge aged years and hours. Invisible wounds remain. Each soldier experiences his own war, his own terror, his own triumph. 40,000 individual stories comprise this one narrative. History records the outcome, forgets most participants. Their names fade forever, but their deeds echo through generations. Sheridan pursues relentlessly. His cavalry harasses retreating Confederates for miles. No mercy given, no pause allowed. Break them entirely, ensure they never reorganize. Victory must be absolute. Half measures restore adversaries. Total war demands total commitment now. I march south with my broken regiment, morale destroyed, confidence shattered. We'll fight again, Atlanta, Franklin, Nashville. But something changed on Missionary Ridge. Psychological wounds don't heal like physical ones. We're defeated inside now. Broken men marching. MacArthur receives his Medal of Honor months later. The citation reads, "Seized regimental colors and planted them on captured works." True, but incomplete. Courage can't be summarized bureaucratically. Bravery defies official language. His actions transcended words that day. This battle changes everything strategically. Lincoln's confidence in Grant solidifies. Sherman's Atlanta campaign becomes inevitable. Confederate defensive strategy collapses. The Western theater transforms from stalemate to Union dominance. The tide has turned irrevocably. Victory approaches. Chattanooga becomes a Union supply hub. Rails repaired rapidly. Warehouses filled. Steamboats arrive daily. The city that nearly starved Grant's army now fuels his advance deeper south. Geography matters. Logistics matter. Both now favor the North overwhelmingly. Confederate President Jefferson Davis receives the news. Another disaster. Another commanding general failed. Western armies crumbling. The noose tightens around Richmond. Missionary Ridge represents more than tactical defeat. It signals strategic doom. The end approaches inevitably. Private Fitzpatrick returns to duty after 3 days' rest. His body recovered. His mind struggles still. How did we succeed? Nobody explains it satisfactorily. Sometimes courage transcends explanation. Sometimes soldiers simply do the impossible. Somehow we did. December arrives cold. Snow covers Missionary Ridge. Union soldiers fortify their conquest, build permanent works where Confederate guns stood. The ridge becomes Union territory. Psychological transformation achieved. Geography rewritten. The landscape belongs to them now. You've witnessed something extraordinary. Military doctrine says defenders win attacking uphill. Gravity favors defense. Mathematics confirms it. Yet here, determination defeated doctrine. Will conquered mathematics. Spirit trumped gravity. Remember this. Remember them. Remember courage. Years later, veterans gather at Missionary Ridge, blue and gray together. They walk the slope. Old men now. They shake their heads. Still don't understand how it happened. Just know it did. Shared impossibility creates strange brotherhood between enemies. Sometimes, ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. Not from special training, not from superior resources, simply from refusing to quit, from taking one more step when quitting makes perfect sense, from climbing higher when climbing means death, from choosing courage. November 25th, 1863, the day courage climbed, the day the impossible happened, the day 40,000 soldiers rewrote military history by simply refusing to stop. Remember their names, remember their valor, remember Missionary Ridge, remember forever.
Thank you for your time. Each subscription is a sign of support that I truly appreciate.